On September 1, 2025, the world bid farewell to Graham Greene, a trailblazing Canadian First Nations actor whose unforgettable performances left an indelible mark on Hollywood and beyond. At 73, Greene passed away in a Toronto hospital after a long illness, his legacy as a pioneer for Indigenous representation in film and television enduring through a career that spanned nearly 5 decades. Born on June 22, 1952, in Ohsweken on the Six Nations Reserve in Ontario, Greene rose from humble beginnings to become an Oscar-nominated icon, best known for his role as Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves. With a net worth estimated between $1 million and $5 million, he lived a life grounded in his Oneida heritage, surrounded by his beloved wife, Hilary Blackmore, their daughter, Lily Lazare Greene, and grandson, Tarlo. His journey, from a steelworker and roadie to a celebrated actor who brought depth to every role, was one of resilience, heart, and quiet dignity. Today, we honor Graham Greene. His cause of death, age, family, net worth, lifestyle, and biography. A Story of a sounds like you're looking for a detailed and engaging YouTube video script about Graham Greene, the Canadian First Nations actor. Here's a 35 to 40-minute script written in a voiceover/narration style for a faceless channel, structured to flow naturally, with an emotional and captivating tone, and ending with a gentle call to action. The script avoids bullet points, headlines, or lists, focusing on a narrative-driven approach to keep viewers immersed in Greene's remarkable life story. On September 1, 2025, the world bid farewell to Graham Greene, a trailblazing Canadian First Nations actor whose unforgettable performances left an indelible mark on Hollywood and beyond. At 73, Greene passed away in a Toronto hospital after a long illness, his legacy as a pioneer for Indigenous representation in film and television enduring through a career that spanned nearly 5 decades. Born on June 22, 1952, in Ohsweken on the Six Nations Reserve in Ontario, Greene rose from humble beginnings to become an Oscar-nominated icon, best known for his role as Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves. With a net worth estimated between $1 million and $5 million, he lived a life grounded in his Oneida heritage, surrounded by his beloved wife, Hilary Blackmore, their daughter, Lily Lazare Greene, and grandson, Tarlo. His journey, from a steelworker and roadie to a celebrated actor who brought depth to every role, was one of resilience, heart, and quiet dignity. Today, we honor Graham Greene. His cause of death, age, family, net worth, lifestyle, and biography. A story of a man whose talent and spirit transcended borders and touched hearts worldwide. Greene's story began in the tight-knit community of the Six Nations Reserve, where he was born to John, a paramedic and maintenance man, and Lillian Greene, whose Oneida roots shaped his deep connection to his culture. Growing up on the reserve, Greene was immersed in storytelling and community traditions, influences that would later define his authentic performances. As a young man, he moved to Hamilton, Ontario, taking on gritty jobs, draftsman, welder, steelworker, and even carpet layer, before stumbling into acting through an unexpected twist of fate. In the 1970s, while working as an audio technician for rock bands in Newfoundland and Labrador, a musician friend, Kelly J., urged him to audition for a play. "I didn't even know what a script looked like," Greene recalled in a 2024 CBCQ interview, chuckling at the memory. Yet, stepping onto the stage, he found his calling, trading amplifiers for the spotlight. His early theater work in Toronto and England, including roles at the Native Earth Performing Arts and a 1976 performance in James Reaney's Wakusta, honed his craft, setting the stage for a career that would redefine Indigenous representation in media. Greene's breakthrough came in 1990 with Dances with Wolves, where he portrayed Kicking Bird, a Lakota Sioux medicine man, alongside Kevin Costner. The role earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, a historic moment for Indigenous actors. "I told Kevin, Native people have an incredible sense of humor," Greene shared in a 2024 Canada's Theatre Museum interview, reflecting on his push for authentic portrayals. His performance, rich with warmth and wisdom, helped the film win 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. From there, Greene's career soared, with over 200 film and television credits. He brought depth to Arlen Bitterbuck in The Green Mile, 1999, a Native American death row inmate, and shown in films like Thunderheart, 1992, Maverick, 1994, Die Hard with a Vengeance, 1995, Wind River, 2017, and The Shack, 2017. His television roles were equally compelling, from the quirky Edgar K.B. Montrose in The Red Green Show to guest spots in Northern Exposure, Reservation Dogs, and The Last of Us. In 2024, he played Scully in Marvel's Echo, cementing his versatility. Each role carried his signature authenticity, a refusal to play stereotypes, as he told Cine Movie, "I don't know anybody who grunts and looks stoic all the time." Greene's personal life was anchored by his 35-year marriage to Hilary Blackmore, whom he wed on December 20th, 1990. Together, they raised their daughter, Lily Lazare Greene, and doted on their grandson, Tarlo, creating a home outside Toronto filled with love, laughter, and plenty of cats. "Hilary is my rock," Greene once said in a National Post interview, describing their rural retreat where he could see the stars and hear the wind in the trees. His Oneida heritage shaped his values, emphasizing respect for the land and community, beliefs he passed on to Lily. Despite his fame, Greene guarded his privacy, avoiding the Hollywood spotlight for a grounded life. He enjoyed writing, building boats, and playing golf, pastimes that reflected his creative and contemplative nature. Yet, his life wasn't without struggle. In 1997, a major depressive episode led to a hospitalization in Toronto after a standoff with police, where he threatened to harm himself, per the Tampa Bay Times. Supported by friends like Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, Greene recovered, later sharing, "My community lifted me up," a testament to his resilience and the bonds that sustained him. Greene's net worth, estimated between $1 million and $5 million, reflected a career of consistent work rather than blockbuster paydays. Sources like Celebrity Net Worth pegged it at $1 million, while others, like Marca, suggested up to $5 million, factoring in his roles in Hollywood films, television, voice work in games like Red Dead Redemption 2, and theater. His earnings included $20,000 per episode for shows like Defiance, where he played Rafe McCauley, and residuals from films like The Green Mile and The Twilight Saga, New Moon. Unlike stars chasing fame, Greene prioritized craft over spectacle, living modestly in a countryside home near the Six Nations Reserve. His endorsements were minimal, tied to Indigenous arts initiatives, and he quietly supported community programs, mentoring young Native actors. "I wanted my kids to know their heritage," he told the National Post, explaining his choice to stay close to his roots. His financial stability allowed him to focus on meaningful roles, like his 2023 Reservation Dogs appearance as Maximus, which earned praise for its emotional depth. Greene's lifestyle was a blend of simplicity and cultural pride, rooted in his Oneida identity. Living outside Toronto, he and Hilary embraced rural life, far from Hollywood's glitz. Their home, described in a 2023 Mabum profile, was a cozy haven with family photos, Indigenous art, and mementos from his career, like the Grammy he won in 2000 for Listen to the Storyteller. A disciplined actor, Greene maintained his 5'10" frame through daily walks and light exercise, avoiding the excesses of fame. He relished Czech dishes from his childhood, like fry bread, and shared stories of reserve life with Lily, ensuring she knew her Oneida stories. His spirituality, influenced by Indigenous beliefs, emphasized harmony with nature, as he told Geekbits, "I'm still learning, still on a journey." His advocacy for Indigenous representation was tireless, from challenging stereotypes in Dances with Wolves to mentoring at the Center for Indigenous Theater, where he served as executive director, not a student as some mistakenly believed. The shadow of Greene's 1997 depressive episode lingered, a reminder of the personal battles he faced. The Tampa Bay Times reported he was despondent over matters involving family and friends, a crisis that led to hospitalization. His recovery, bolstered by therapy and support from his community, mirrored the resilience he brought to his roles. In a 2017 Reader's Digest Canada interview, he reflected on his early days, saying, "I stumbled into acting and thought, This is the life of a dog: food, water, shade. But it became my purpose. That purpose shone in his 2025 Governor General's Performing Arts Award, a crowning achievement that left him humbled. "Why me?" he asked on CBCQ, his voice thick with emotion. His final roles, including Tulsa King and the upcoming thriller Icefall, showed he worked until the end, undeterred by illness. Fans on X mourned his passing, one writing, "Graham Greene made every character feel alive," while another called him a legend who showed us native strength. Greene's cause of death, reported by Variety and Hindustan Times, was natural causes following a prolonged illness, though specifics remained private, respecting his family's wishes. His agent, Michael Green, no relation, announced his passing to Deadline, saying, "He was a great man of morals, ethics, and character, and will be eternally missed." Michael added a poignant note, referencing Greene's late agent Susan Smith, who died in 2013. "You are finally free. Susan is meeting you at the gates of heaven." The announcement came hours after Greene's death in Toronto on September 1, 2025, at age 73. Tributes poured in, with actor Tom Jackson, a friend from Medicine River, telling CBC News, "Graham was the epitome of the business. His 2016 Order of Canada, 2021 Canada's Walk of Fame star, and awards like the Gemini and Dora Maver more underscored his impact. Yet it was his humanity, seen in roles like Pierre St. Pierre in Dry Lips' Autumn Move to Kapuskasing, that resonated most, blending humor and heart." Greene's legacy is one of breaking barriers and breathing life into stories. His Dances with Wolves nomination was a milestone, but his advocacy for authentic Indigenous portrayals was his true triumph. "I wanted to show where people with families, humor, love," he told The Guardian, countering decades of stereotypes. His work in Thunderheart and Wind River tackled Native issues with nuance, while comedic roles like Edgar Montrose showed his range. Fans on Reddit called him the soul of every film, and his 2007 Stratford Shakespeare Festival performance as Shylock in The Merchant of Venice proved his stage prowess. Despite health struggles, including a 2018 surgery mentioned on X, Greene's spirit never wavered. His final years were spent with Hillary, Lily, and Tarlo, enjoying quiet moments by the Niagara Escarpment, his love for his family and culture unwavering. If Graham Greene's journey, his courage, his talent, and his heart has touched you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's honor his legacy by celebrating the stories he told and the lives he inspired. Thank you for joining us in remembering the extraordinary life of Graham Greene. Until next time, may his spirit guide us to tell our own stories with truth and love.